Okay, welcome back to our class on the data warehouse and also the data cubes, multidimensional data base. So, till now we were actually dealing with how can we create an efficient schema for data warehouse. Now, what we will do is we will deal with the query language, that is DMQL, that is data mining query language. How can we represent a data cube in a database in a data mining query language? Similar to SQL, we have another query language which we can use it for data mining and data warehousing purposes. So that is about the DMQL. And here, this is the syntax for defining. See, for defining a data cube, we should have a data cube or a subject or a concept should be there. And also for defining a data cube, we require a dimension, and also we require we require measures. So we'll see how we can actually do that. See, for defining a cube definition, that is a basic fact table that can be defined by define cube name, then the dimension list. So that is actually given the square brackets and then colon, then the measure list. So that is for defining the cube, that is for defining the data cube. Next is defining the dimension or dimension table. So define dimension, then give the dimension name as attribute or subdimension list. Okay, next is the special case, that is shared dimension. Whenever that shared dimension comes, shared dimension comes from when we share the fact table. That is we share the when we have more than one fact table, that is especially in the fact constellation schema where we require to share some of the dimension table. So that is actually done with this particular keyword, define dimension name as dimension name, that is the first time, and in the cube, then cube name first time. So we will see how these queries are written based on the schemas that is shown earlier. So we'll be able to understand it better. See, this is the defining star schema in DMQL. Star schema, as we all know, that it is having only one fact table and also the different dimension tables. So define sales underscore star. That is the data cube name. Then the different dimensions, that is a time, item, branch, location, that is in the square brackets and then colon. Then we have actually representing the measures. Dollar sold equal to, how can we compute the dollar sold? That is also written here, sum of sales in dollars, the whole sum, and also average sales equal to average of sales in dollars, and then unit sold, that is a count star. So this is how you can actually define a fact table. Next is dimension table. Dimension table is define dimension time as what all are the fields in that. That's dimension key, day of the week, then month, quarter, year, like that. And also it's the define dimension item time, not time, item, as item key, item name, brand type, supplier type. Then the item, the define dimension branches, branch key, branch name, branch type, and also the dimension location as location key, then street, city, province. So just keep this in mind. We will go to that particular schema diagram. See, first we have actually defined a data cube, that is sales, and we have seen in that particular data that fact table, we have actually seen that these are the different keys for the dimension, and also we have seen the measures are also, then the different dimension tables, that is time, branch, item, and location. Everything is actually represented in this particular DMQL. See this one. Now we have to actually write query for the snowflake schema. So snowflake schema, it will be like this. Define the same thing, sales snowflake schema, the same thing which you have actually the same thing which you are actually writing the same way which you used to do that representing in the star schema. The only difference is that the dimension is actually divided again into subdimensions. So that needs to be written like this. See, in the dimension item, you can see that the supplier is again broken down into subdimensions. So that needs to be written like this, in that which is given in the blue color. That is supplier, supply key and supply type. So that will actually, this dimension will contain as a subdimension inside item. And also here location is also put as a subdimension of the city is actually put as a subdimension of location. So the city key, province or the state, and also the country. Okay, so these things are actually put in so this is how you have to design a snowflake schema. Okay, now it's a time for fact constellation schema. We all know that fact constellation schema, you have different dimensions. That is, two dimensions will be, sorry, not dimensions, the two or more number of fact tables will be there, and also will be having the shared dimensions. See, this is the same way which we have actually dealt, that is the define cube sales fact constellation. So this is the same thing. This is also same. This is also same. Here again we are actually defining the two fact table. One is sales fact table and another is shipping fact table. So shipping fact table will contain again the item, time, shipper, from location to location, and also the measures. So here when we are using shared dimension, you can write the shared dimension like this: define dimension time as time in cube sales. It means that, see, the dimension that is present in the time, that is in the see, you can what is actually written here is the dimension that is represented in the data cube, that is sales, is same as the dimension that we have actually represented in the data cube shipping. That means you can take that particular dimension from the sales and you can use it for shipping. The same, that dimension is actually same, and you can access that particular table. And here also, see, define dimension shipper as shipper key, then shipper name, location as location in cube sales, shipper type. That is the location for this particular which is there in the data cube sales is same as the location that we need to ship our product. And also here also define dimension from location as location in cube, and also define dimension to location as location in data cube, that is cube sales. So this is about the fact constellation in DMQL. Now if I give you an assignment or anything like if I ask you to draw a schema based on a problem statement, I hope that you all will be able to draw that, and even you will be able to write a query also based on that, right? Hope you have understood this. And now we will actually move on to the next topic, that is the measures of data cube. We were dealing with till now we were dealing with the schema and how can that schema be written in DMQL, that is a data mining query language. Now we will deal with the measures of data cube, that is the three categories. The measures of data cube, that will be numeric value, so that can be expressed in terms of three categories. First one is a distributive, second one is a algebraic, and the third one is a holistic. That is, if you are computing that particular measures by using an aggregative function or aggregate values, that can be called as a distributive category. So example like count star, then sum, minimum, maximum, all those comes under the distributive measures of the data cube. Second one is an algebraic measure, that is algebraic function or an algebraic operation is used. Average, finding the average minimum of n numbers and standard deviation, variance, etc. So that comes in the algebraic measures in data cube. And holistic means there won't be any storage bound or something. So you have a set of data and you need to find the rank of the data, median or the mode of that particular data. So that will be dealt as a holistic measure. Okay, next we'll deal with the concept hierarchy. I think you must be familiar with concept hierarchy. You must have read something. But I'll describe this thing in detail. So dimension will be, so here concept hierarchy is actually a way to represent the Levels of abstraction, that is to generalized specified, that location can be described